Man, what a weekend we just saw of playoff football. And that does nothing but lead us into the second round. So let's waste no time, fellas. And let's get straight into it with the first matchup. The number one seeded Broncos hosting the Buffalo Bills, really the Buffalo Josh Allens. How did y'all feel about that Josh Allen performance to beat the Jags on Sunday, man?
Some franchises just aren't meant to win, bro.
Yeah, I was saying it in that clip, and I know it sounded like I was hating, but game winning drive didn't last a millisecond. Literally didn't need like first play. My God, you can't even get us a little bit down the field, and let the stadium get jumping a little bit, and let the Buffalo defenders get a little bit nervous. Nope, first play.
Trey
Yeah,
White of all people, too, bro.
yeah. I would say, as corny as it sounds, Josh Allen in the playoffs is inevitable. Like, you know what's crazy? At no point did it feel like Buffalo was in control of that game, but the whole time it felt like they were going to steal it. Like it
Yeah.
never felt like they were the better team. It never felt like they looked better. The possessions were clunkier. They didn't know what they were doing on defense. They were getting gashed. And Liam Cohen was like, "Yeah, 8 yards a pop. I don't love that screen pass. Where Parker Washington at? Just like
QB draw.
talk to the reporter at halftime. Got to run the ball like twice and never run it again. It just felt like they were never gonna win that game. I know that they looked like the better team, but like Van said, just was nothing they were ever gonna do to win that game.
A
Josh Allen
10
was always
yard
gonna
tush push. Jalen Hurts could never.
Josh Allen was always gonna get the ball last. They were always gonna milk the clock, and then it just so happened that the Jags let them score. Had they had the ball last, Trevor Lawrence would have never embarrassed himself. He might have saved face for another few
Oh,
months, but
thanks.
he was inevitable.
Yeah, but coming off of that game, some serious news. Gabe Davis, Tyrell Shavers tear their ACL, both of them in that game. Josh Allen and the crew coming into Denver Mile High with a lack of weapons. Obviously, we saw Brandon Cooks have a great game against Jacksonville, but against this Broncos defense, do y'all think Josh Allen alone will be able to replicate what he did down in Jacksonville and lead
Wait,
this
are you
Buffalo
are you
team?
being serious?
I'm being dead ass serious.
They both tore it.
Both of them. Gabe Davis got his shit hit on the dig. I
Yeah,
don't
I
remember
saw
how
that. What
Tyrell
happened to
Shavers had. I just saw that shit. Like I was just Googling Buffalo Bills this morning. I was like, Tyrell Shavers tears his ACL. I was like, damn.
Jacksonville coming like that?
I
Who
guess so.
ACL?
Them niggas said they was leaving with something.
Wow. So Brandon Cooks and well, it's time. That's poetic. It's time. It's time. He got to shit or get off the pot. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it
perfect.
is.
That's literally perfect.
Yeah, y'all
Can
saying
wait, can
that shit.
they? You said
Yeah,
what?
I was finna say y'all saying that shit. Boy, Khalil Shakir finna have about 16, 17 receptions.
Nah, they gonna try to box him. I don't know how you box a slot, but they gonna try. They gonna just hit him. Yeah,
Yeah.
they gonna put Benito over him and just be like, all right, get open. Yeah, they gonna do something crazy. Yeah, that we gonna get a crazy Cam Newton clip. I can see it already. We're gonna get a brand new. He literally has no. So it's Cooks, Keon Coleman,
Khalil,
Shakir.
yeah.
Um,
Knox and Kincaid, really.
they signed somebody, and I was like, who the fuck is it? I forget his name. They got some old washed up somebody, not an MVS, it's somebody else. And when I seen him in uniform, I was like, oh, okay. It wasn't McKenzie, it was somebody, and it was super dusty. He might have been on the team. Um, Josh Palmer not on the team no more.
He got put on IR like towards the end of the year.
Yeah, bro. It's cooked.
I mean, okay,
Cabinet
but
looking real bare up there, bro.
what Denver gonna do? What do we? Okay, I'm sorry. Let me say, we know what they can do, but what are they actually gonna do? That's the bigger.
Yeah,
That's the
nobody
That's
bigger.
the sh
knows.
Yeah, that's the bigger question here.
And I'm not even gonna say the question really isn't what is Denver gonna do. The question is
Yeah.
what is Bo Nix gonna do? Because we saw what he did for the better part of 3 quarters.
Yeah,
Obviously he started that game hot, first drive touchdown, ain't do
yeah.
shit the rest of the game.
Wasn't it the first play touchdown?
It might have been first play. I know it was
It was a
first drive
bomb.
for sure.
Yeah, it was a
But
bomb.
yeah, so it might have been first play touchdown regardless. But we know Bo Nix has struggled.
Yeah,
And we also know that we don't know what we're gonna get out of Bo Nix in the postseason. So I come into this game looking like, will this Broncos offense put enough pressure on Buffalo's offense to keep up and score with them? I don't know, and kind of like you said, I think Josh Allen might just be inevitable.
Wow. Do you believe him in that much in turn? Do you really believe in him that much, Josh Allen?
I don't I don't believe in Josh Allen that much, but I don't believe in the rest of the Bills that much. I think that's really what it comes down to because when you look at this team, and Rex Ryan says this all the time, Josh Allen has never lost a game in his life. The Buffalo Bills have, but Josh Allen has never. And that's because Josh Allen continuously goes out and puts up these insane performances, these insane runs, makes these plays that we give a lot of credit to Mahomes for making and just wills his team to victory. Like you mentioned earlier, a 10-yard tush push, bro. Like that alone told me like, yeah, there's no way in hell Jacksonville's gonna do anything to win this game because Josh Allen just rips your heart out time and time, time after time after time. And so I just think like some things are inevitable and I feel like Josh Allen is inevitable until
Yeah.
he reaches the AFC Championship game.
I believe in Bo Nix to win to get through this game though, because Buffalo's defense is nothing special. I think they can take down their defense and even get up to make it a 20-20 something game in the 20s. They may even get to 30. That's how much I do not believe in the Bills defense. Bo Nix, he does good enough. Like he's not a playmaker. Shout out to Cam Newton, but hey, he is a game manager. But he's at the point where he's an amazing game manager.
Yeah,
All
he's
he
a
has to
souped
do is
up
get
game
it. To,
manager. That's fair. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, and he has
yeah,
to
that's
get he
fair.
has to get the ball to his weapons, and he gets it to him, and they make plays. And it's a year of destiny for the Broncos, just because they've been winning these games, real sneakily. They don't really play on prime time. They play at 3 o'clock usually every other Sunday, but I feel like the Broncos are going to run through the Bills right here, and we're going to have questions about the who else might get fired up in Buffalo.
Mm.
Hmm.
I don't know if you remember a couple weeks ago, Vance. Once it was
Yeah,
either week 16, week 17. I think Denver went down to Jacksonville, got that belt. It was like
No,
34
Jacksonville
to.
came to Denver.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Even better. Jacksonville
yeah,
went to Denver, gave Denver that belt. I want to say it was like 34-20. Sorry, I'm
yeah, they
blanking
gave
on
him
the
like
actual
40
score.
point. It was high as
Yeah,
well. Yeah, they gave him like
it was
40 points.
yeah,
insane.
yeah,
And so
Yeah,
I say that to say that Broncos offense is really what concerns me because talking about Bo Nix, this Buffalo defense isn't good, but this Buffalo pass defense is very good. While Denver has the pass rushers, PS2, it's actually Buffalo that was number one in the league this season in pass defense. So when I look at this game, I think, can Buffalo force Bo Nix into these obvious passing situations, situations where we know he's going to struggle? Because when we talk about Bo Nix, we talk about the quick, on time, on schedule throws. If Buffalo can find a way to contain the run and get Bo Nix to third and medium, third and long,
yeah,
I think that's the key to success for Buffalo. And then, like I said, on the offense side of the ball, it's Josh Allen and James Cook. We talk about Cookie Boy. The real Cookie Boy is James
yeah,
Cook, the league's leading rusher.
yeah.
And if Denver doesn't find a way to contain that, I think they can be in for a very long day because if Buffalo can run the ball, get that defense out there, that turns every possession for Denver into a must-score possession. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm not trusting Bo Nix to score every time he touch it, bro.
I agree.
yeah. I do too. But I think it's gonna be with the receivers that the Bills have. Like you said, I didn't even notice they. I didn't notice both of them tore
Yeah, I
ACL.
thought you
So
were
you're
trolling.
gonna
I was
be
like, damn, man.
like, I mean, he does use his tight ends a lot,
Yeah,
and so that helps out in terms of you don't really just necessarily lose too much. In my eyes, you do,
Yeah.
but the way he uses his tight ends, I think he can make up for it. Similar to like how Dak Prescott uses his tight ends, and so I feel as if they're going to be able to move the ball some, but Denver's defense is too great.
okay, well, let me pose this to you. What if Denver's offensive struggles have the defense on the field the whole game? Does that
Yeah.
well, because one thing that we haven't talked about is the run game. Like RJ Harvey, don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
he's very dynamic, but like that's not a thing that's gonna strike fear into the heart of opposing defenses, especially even as Swiss cheese as we believe Buffalo's defensive like run game is. Obviously, it's not like we're just guessing. We saw it on like they get gashed, but like who is going to gash them? I think I'm not predicting this. I'm just saying like if the offense were to struggle, which is very within the cards, and the defense on the field for 38 minutes, are we going to be like, damn, I'm stunned, Denver kicked 3 field goals and Buffalo, scored 21 by just rushing the ball? Like, can you see that happening, or is it like we know that they have potency on offense and I don't think they will be stopped?
That's fair to say. It's
Okay.
possible that it happens like that. It's fair.
Okay.
I don't think it will, but it's fair.
So I take you rocking with Buffalo. I mean with Denver, Vance.
Yeah, I am.
Damn. I don't know what it is, but I just can't I can't get on the Bo Nix train, man. I can't get on the Bo Nix train.
You're not wrong.
I said it last week. This team is a first round exit team, and I got to stick to it. I got to rock with Buffalo, man. And that sounds crazy coming out my mouth, but give me Drake May Jr., man.
I thought the Bills were playing.
Yeah, that's why I said Drake May Jr.
That's
Some
insane,
people
bro.
call him Josh Allen, but I like to call him Drake May Jr.
That is that
Well,
is insane.
you might get what you're looking for in the next round because Denver, we have literally absolutely no indication that they will win this game. And I'm not gonna go as far as to try to make one up. No disrespect to them. I'm sure this will end up on the various social media platforms, but we have literally no indication that there's any valid reason to pick this team. I'm not gonna try to make one. I did that in the round before and it bit me in the ass. So I'm gonna stop trying to see the best in people. Denver.
Thought Sean Payton was your boy, bro.
Ah, that's crazy. You said Drake May Jr., bro. Give me Baker Mayfield Jr. to win this game.
Who's Baker Mayfield Jr.?
That's crazy.
Bo Nix.
Huh?
I said give me Baker Mayfield Jr. to win this game.
That's Derek Carr Jr.
I was
Okay,
gonna say a white Jalen
please.
Hurts, but
Okay.
But that would have been a compliment a week ago, but I don't know. That's a
the
two-sided.
cornball with the Kango, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bo knows. Yeah, Bo knows he's finna go home.
Hey, if you had to choose between getting rid of Jalen Hurts or just getting rid of AJ Brown, who would you choose?
AJ Brown. Every
Yeah.
7 days out of the
You
week.
you getting rid of AJ?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can't do nothing with that. Like he's never gonna be like. There's nothing you can do to fill that void. Like he would have them throw him the ball 30 times a game and lose, which they often do.
Yeah.
When they throw him the ball a bunch of times, they often lose. It just I think the clip with Sirianni was the most telling. Like Sirianni was like, "Oh, I finally got you." Like it was nothing I could tell you because you were right. We should have been throwing you the ball, but we threw you the ball. You dropped it. Oh yeah, now I'm finna get on your ass. Like now I got you. Now like I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
seen a head coach taunt their own player like that. I think he was saying run off the field, but obviously he didn't feel like if my lip reading skills are as good as I think he said run off the field at some point. But then
Yeah.
that was just going to be like a microcosm, like, oh, okay, you want me to run off the field? Throw me the
Yeah.
ball, I run off the field. Like, I'm just feeling like
Yeah, he had a invisible bitch at the end of that.
you can't let Jalen Hurts go to another team. Like, that is something I think you might actually really regret. I know that he is like a corn cob in some NFL, discourses, but like, he's played two of the best Super Bowls you'll ever see in your life. And we weigh that higher than anything. So we can't move the goalpost because he's a little corn cobbish. Well, very corn cobbish, but
That's for another day. I
yeah.
think Philadelphia and the state of Pennsylvania as a whole has a lot of problems when it comes to football, and I'm pretty sure we'll get into that in an episode coming soon. But talking about the other half of this AFC bracket, we got Drake May Sr. hosting the Houston Texans, man. A team we just saw demolish Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers with their defensive pressure. But we also saw this Patriots team get a dub against a very talented defense in the Chargers. So coming into this game, just tell me how you guys are feeling about this matchup.
The defenses are even. I think one offense is obviously better than the other.
The
That's
defenses are
honestly,
even?
Yeah,
yes.
as a
Both
Patriot fan, I ain't even
defenses
gonna say that.
I think they're even.
Even?
Both of them. Yes, they get to it defensively. They don't allow a lot of points. Listen, the Texas defense is really good. Number one, let's just say they're slightly better. I think I'll give you this, TJ. The Texas defense is slightly better than the Patriots defense.
Hmm.
The Patriots offense is levels
Yeah, that
above
is
the
correct.
Texas
That is correct.
offense.
That is correct.
So
The second part is correct.
listen, it's gonna basically show up as even just because the Texas offense will not be able to get going. Are we sure Nico Collins is gonna play
No, he's
Sunday?
out. They already rolled him out.
Exactly. So, and you better hope Tate Dale's ready. And that's the only way that they have a chance to win that game if Tate Dale plays.
You got Charlie Kirk fucked up.
All right, bro. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Christian Gonzalez got something for him, bro. But the Patriots are gonna dominate this game.
Um, okay, so let
Dominate
me make sure I have this correct. So the defenses are equal, and the Patriots are going to dominate. That's what I'm hearing. I want to make
because
sure.
their offense is better
Okay,
than the
yeah,
Texas
it is.
offense.
It is. You ain't lying. Okay.
Would you
I,
rather get 10 yards or no yards to flip the field? Just honestly, like they're gonna be flipping that field all game. The Texas defense, they're gonna if the Texas score one defensive touchdown, they have a chance. That's the only way.
okay. Let me just before I let Nick go, I know he's gonna do it. Let me just bring this in perspective. But yeah. So what you said, I 100% agree. The Texans offense is way worse than the Patriots. It's like it's bad, but we just watched them win a game 30-6, in which the quarterback had 4 turnovers. And I would say, were they all 4 of them unforced?
Yeah.
Basically, at least 3 of them. Okay, so CJ Stroud, right? That's what I think of in this. Like, that was the first thing that popped into my mind. Like, well, I'm going to call him Coleridge because Coleridge was out there last night. CJ, we still looking for him. I just think it's a lot like when we talk about Sam Darnold, like how the fact that they were even able to win that game when he looked like he had never played football for periods of that game, he looks like he could be the best quarterback you've ever seen. This is like you can set your watch this. It literally happens just about every game. Then there are periods of time in the game where he looks like he was taken from out the stands, given a set of pads and a helmet, and they said Hut. He's like, it was like, what is this
Don't
in
even
my
know how to
hand?
catch the snap.
Yeah, like we're talking about fumbling snaps and then fumbling. I don't think I've ever seen a player fumble a snap, pick it up, and then fumble it again. He did it like 3 or 4 times. So as it pertains to the defense, I think the Patriots better get ready to hear them saxophones. I just don't see. Now I don't think it'll be to their detriment because they've shown to be a prolific offense, but I just haven't seen a offense yet that have really taken them out of their element. For some reason, a team that plays inside loves playing. Have y'all seen the last 2 games they played outside? Them mugs love playing out. When they played Kansas City in the cold and they went out there and he
Yeah.
throwing all white, the mugs love to play in the cold. They love to hit. I was concerned because like this is a dome team playing in warm weather. Like they were like a pig in shit last night. I am highly concerned about the Texans offense. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't see anything last night that is like unfixable. Like, however, will they recover? Um, and I think just a little bit of the glimpse of shakiness that we saw from Drake May wasn't anything appalling, but like they
Yeah.
forced 3 turnovers. That was concerning,
It
considering what
was.
we have seen from him. Like what we've come to, that was concerning. And this is another team that can do that. So if they can do that, and they're just a little bit less retarded than the Chargers offense, whom got the ball inside the 5 twice, resulted in 0 points. You look that up. So you get the ball twice inside of the 5 and you get 0 points. I just don't think that CJ Stroud is that unserious. Now, I don't want to start the what if man dialogue because I know someone in here, not the biggest fan, but I think it would be another nasty game. I don't think the Texans are gonna win, but to say that they're gonna get dominated, what have we seen in any game they've played to indicate that that would happen? That's my question to you.
Well, I think I'll be the one to answer it, and I appreciate you for putting that question out there. The answer to that question is Drake May, and I don't mean to say this in the glaziest way or anything like that.
It's glazy though. It's
It's
glazy.
glazy for sure, but
That's fine.
but
You
but
admit that's fine.
let me break it down. Now. Let me break it down because
Listen.
after I get off this, I feel like you might follow with me. You see what I'm
Okay,
saying?
all right. I'm listening.
Texans coming to this game, number one in total defense,
Okay.
277 yards per game.
Yes.
Number two in scoring defense, 17
Okay.
points per game.
Okay.
Patriots just saw the Chargers, who were number five in total defense at 285 yards per game, number nine in scoring defense at 20 points per game. And
Okay.
this Patriots offense put up 381 total yards, only 16 points, don't get me wrong, but 381 total yards, a 235-yard passing performance from Drake May, and 146 on the ground from Stevenson, May, and Henderson. So when
Okay.
I look at this and I look at what Drake May was able to accomplish in this game, despite the 3 turnovers, the offensive boom. I liken this game a lot to the Steelers game from earlier in this season. And that was a game which the Patriots lost, I believe, 21 to 14 or 20 to 14.
Yeah,
And we had five turnovers, four fumbles, one interception from Drake May. But that was a game in which we put up over 400 yards of total offense. And after that game, we went on to rattle off 10 straight wins. That was kind of like a get right game for us, if you
yeah,
get what I'm saying. And so when you talk about Drake May coming into the playoffs, his first ever playoff game against a very elite defense, you look across to the other side, you see Khalil Mack, you see Tuli Peloto, however you
yeah,
say his
yeah, yeah.
last name.
You got it.
But you got a ferocious defense, multiple All-Pros, multiple Pro Bowlers, guys in Derwin James at
Yeah,
every level of the field. And Drake May goes out. Yes, he has those hiccups, but he finds a way to be
yeah.
successful. And his offense is continually moving the ball against that.
Okay.
So I think that game served well to get the jitters out. And I think
Yeah.
this will just be an offensive explosion we've grown accustomed to seeing with Drake May, with the passing game, with the run game. And honestly, it all starts with the run game. You've got a veteran OC and Josh McDaniels, a guy who's been in this moment before, a guy who's seen multiple Super Bowls. So when I look at it, I just simply look at it like this. Do I trust Drake May and Josh McDaniels to come up with a plan to be better than this Texans defense, something they've shown they are capable of all year? I think yes.
Mm. Okay. I was with you until that last part about trust.
Okay.
Okay. Trust is a funny thing. It's hard to build, it's easy to lose. Um, if I'm not mistaken, there are only two quarterbacks that have ever won three playoff games in their first 3 years. It's CJ Stroud and it's not Josh Allen. It might be. I can't even remember. But it's not as if it's what Drake May hasn't done or we don't know what he will do in the playoffs. It's to an extent what we do know about CJ Stroud. Now, yes, that can
Yeah.
be a double edge, that can be a two-sided blade because the do know can be very bad, as we saw
Last night,
last
yeah.
night. But the do know, as in the good, can also be historic, which we saw. That was 2 years ago when they dismantled Cleveland, which was that was a wild card game. I know you remember that. That
Yeah,
was
Joe Flacco on them, yeah.
yeah. That I know. The opponent quarterback notwithstanding, I think that was a phenomenal game. So the trust thing kind of, I will say, they have earned our trust, but in terms of playoffs, obviously I fell on the sword last weekend. What if, man? You will not be forgiven for what you've done to me. But we're looking at a quarterback who has just a smidgen more. Well, what is it? 2 games. This would be CJ Stroud's sixth playoff game to
Yeah.
two. Okay. I don't want to say this to sound like I'm holding it against the Patriots because they have obviously like the play on the field and they just won a playoff game fairly convincingly. They have earned our respect. But again, I think this game will come down to something that Vance was talking about earlier in college. I think this would be who's going to blink first because we have seen two units whom haven't blinked basically at all. So
Yeah.
you're talking about prolific offense versus what I believe to be a historic defense, like kind of like your 2019 Patriots,
Yeah.
Legion of Boom, some of these units that we've seen that are just like, when have we ever in the playoffs respected a defense of a team way more than the offense? Could that be problematic? Yes. But I think it could be inspiring to the offense. That fourth quarter was cartoonishly bad for the Steelers. Like, I was laughing my ass off. How, if you turn that game off when it was, what was it, like 10-6,
Yeah.
and you turn it back on, you were like, what the fuck?
How the fuck they
And the
get 30? Yeah.
and the offense didn't sniff a point. So I think that's something to keep an eye on. It'll just be as simple as who's gonna blank. It's something not right about the Texans, and I'm very cautious to do this again because I just got burned doing this last week. But it's something I think I like as a non-Patriots fan. I think I'd be a little jumping the gun to crown a young kid who has he's performed. I don't want to make it seem like they've been beating cupcakes. Like he's earned his flowers, but would it be completely out of the cards for a historic defense to get in his head and make him look his age? It might not be
It-
likely. Maybe I wouldn't bet on it, but I just want to put that on you guys' mind. Like, I don't want it to get to when is the game? This is the game Saturday.
Yeah, no, it's Sunday. It's the early game
Okay,
Sunday.
Sunday. I don't want it to become Sunday and they picked them off twice and it's 14-0 and we're all looking around. I'm not wishing this on, I'm just saying, like hypothetically, just walk with me. And it's 14-0 and they're like, oh shit, we can't run the ball no more. And they done banged a couple helmets and they done somebody in the tent already, and them Rydell's is flowing and they got that all white on, and they, like I said, the saxophone's going, and we're like, all right, shit. I know you said shit ain't sweet in Foxborough, but the Bills came in there and got one when they were down. So they're teams that are, built for this shit. And I look at the Texans as a team. CJ Stroud, notwithstanding, him being the X factor, circle him, highlight him. He's got to take them where they want to go. The defense can't do everything. And to your point, if it's just about Patriots offense versus CJ Stroud, I think that's a wash because they have not shown that they can keep up offensively. So to your credit, I buy that 100%.
Yeah, and I do feel you on the Texans defense standpoint,
Yeah.
because when you look at the Texans defense, they don't do anything phenomenal from a scheme
Yeah.
standpoint. You have to realize they have all pros, Pro Bowl guys at each level of the
Yeah.
defense. You look at a Daniil Hunter, Will Anderson
Yeah.
on the front end,
Yeah.
Al Shire on
Yeah.
the second end, and then you got Derek Stingley on the back end with
Yeah.
the Lassiter and some
Yeah.
good safety play.
Yeah. Petrie and
So
Bullock.
yeah, exactly. So when you look at this Texans defense, all they do is line down and play because they simply have the better personnel.
Yeah.
And I think that can pose a significant challenge for us, especially when we look at, some of the weapons we have on the outside. Yes, I trust Stephon Diggs to consistently create
Yeah.
separation, find windows. But other than that, some of those one-on-one matchups, I'm not 100% confident in. Like a
Yeah.
Kayshawn Boutte, some of the tight ends we have working. But to that point also, like I said, this is where I would lean on the experience, and not necessarily with Drake May, but with Josh McDaniels,
Yeah.
a guy who's seen success in this AFC playoffs time and time and time again. So when I think about it, it's Foxborough. You
Yeah.
look over, you see Josh McDaniels on the sideline. You see a white quarterback. You just know what time it is, and I think we have restored, you know what I'm saying, what New England football is supposed to be, and I
Okay.
feel
Okay.
confident in our chances against the Texans.
Okay.
And that
I'm
defense still
confident in
serious
your
too. Not Texans defense, but we have a very competent defense who was willing to get handsy.
I'm confident in your confidence. I just want to highlight that. I might not agree with, because I'm not, but I am confident in your confidence. So, and maybe they need a little bit of, we might need to send this to them and they'll play this shit before the game. They'd be like, all right, well, they believe in us. Why not? Why not us? So, shout out to them. They've earned all the love and all that. And shout out to you. Somebody got to get up out the basement of poverty. So
No
if
cap.
it got to be your team, then we'll cheer you on from,
But nah,
yeah.
really shit. This shit shout out Vans, bro. Appreciate y'all for letting Vrabel go and letting him come to New England, man. Really changed our lives around.
Yeah, bro. Don't mention it. Hardball on the way.